So this is my college and career project by Tiana Griffin. As you can see from the cover slide, I'd like to be a theologian, an anesthesiologist assistant, and entrepreneur. Now, these careers do require some schooling, some more than others, but I do believe these are the paths that Jesus is leading me down, and Jesus is very important for me. He's been there for my life, and he's been leading me to careers such as these, and it will be difficult. I do expect that. However, I feel that I am prepared enough and will be preparing even more so to attain these. I also have some learning technique / skills that fit me best. So personally, I like Bloom's taxonomy. I feel like that's a fairly accurate representation of what I do. I analyze, create, and I like to get an overall good understanding of what I'm learning. Also, I'm a very visual learner. I like pictures. I like seeing what all is going on, diagrams, everything like that. I'm also a hands-on learner, so anything that I can with my hands, building things, creating things, drawing, things like that, which is both visual and hands-on in my perspective, that's great. And some skills that will support my careers are being devoted. I'm very devoted to my faith, my God, and just my overall passions. So that will greatly help. And seeing as all three of the careers I'm choosing are based off of my passions, that will help significantly. I'm also very hardworking and have leadership skills. Now, both of these, all of these skills have been viewed by Mr. Smith and Miss Polly. Mr. Smith is an advisor for a club called Yikes that I have been in for the past going on 3 years. So he's been able to see how I adjust, how I apply knowledge, and he's gotten to know me fairly well. And also with Miss Polly, I've been getting to know her over the past almost 4 years. So she knows how I learn, because she was also my teacher, as well as my advisor for HOSA. So she's been able to see how I learn, how I adapt, how I lead, and I believe that she'd be a great candidate for this. And I've also already asked her for recommendation within the last school year, so I do believe that she's a great pick. Now, I also have problems and solutions. So I do anticipate running into some difficulties while in college, and that can include poor time management or even misunderstanding class material, which is very common for me. Sometimes I underestimate or overestimate the amount of material that is needed for the class, like information-wise. So to combat misunderstanding the material, I would like to make sure I'm taking very good notes while in class, but also leaving space to analyze them as well as annotate them. That way I'm not only writing the notes, but I'm looking over the notes, studying them, making sure I understand, and any questions or anything like that, I can write them down on the side and either email them to my professor, go during office hours, things like that. Now, for poor time management, this is something that I've struggled with over the years, and I found ways to combat that. So I could take the campus calendar that I'm given while on college campus and put that in my personal calendar, allowing me to keep track of due dates, deadlines, events, things like that, that way I don't fall behind. And yeah, so a summary of my slides, my paper, is I'd like to become a theologian, anesthesiologist assistant, and an entrepreneur, having Jesus in the forefront of my life to do so and leading me through that. I'm also okay with changing careers, because if that's what the Lord is leading me down, then that's what I'm going to follow. But however, at the moment, this is what I feel like He's leading me to. Also, to ask for recommendations within like a timely manner, I would allow myself enough time to request it, give enough time to write it, things like that. Now, with my professions, they do take a little bit of time, especially the medical one, anesthesiologist assistant. But overall, I could work towards all three of these careers within a 4-year college that has a double major and double minor, which is very important, or else I wouldn't be able to go for all three. But after that 4-year college, I do some additional schooling for the anesthesiologist assistant. I could also do that for any of these really, but it's very likely to happen with the medical side. Now, I had 2 people that I can ask for recommendations, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Smith and Miss Polly. And then some practical techniques that'll help me in college are the ones that I talked about earlier on. So time management, taking good notes, asking questions, things like that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a good day.